So, this one's gonna be about the different types of learners. And yeah, there seem actually to be a lot of different kind of ways to, sort and or group learners. And a lot of people have the exact same model. A lot of people also do or a lot of websites also have other models and or other kinds of learners on their sites. But I've just now picked the nicest site for viewing actually, because there are such a lot of websites that are just so fucking goddamn awful. I'm not gonna just go through them. And it is also like, okay, do I want to have some really kind of weird URL in my fucking description? No, I do not want to have it. Therefore, we are on the improvedpresentation.com website. It is actually the one website that's actually features the kind of model that you can see quite everywhere, which is the VARC model, or VARC or FARC or whatever it is. And yeah, still it is a nice website. It looks great, and I can also just give it to you in a great way. Like, okay, the website is designed in a great way that it doesn't look that fucking awful and I have to throw up. But yeah, more after the intro actually. The goddamn motherfucking intro. Yeah. So yeah, as I've already told you before the intro, we are going ahead with another article, because I really like articles. There are just so many great articles on this fucking planet, on this fucking internet, on every topic. Like, as I've been also talking about it in the other episode that I've just recorded before, just because I'm such in a great run. Like, I'm just so looking forward to recording right now. It is just insane, I would actually sometimes like to record 3 episodes or 4 episodes a day. The only fucked up thing is actually doing the descriptions and thumbnails and also the editing thing. Like, I would like to edit. I'll just give my best to be the fastest I can actually be, just because I do not actually know if it is actually necessary. The music in the background, I kind of feel like is pretty great. I like that. And I think also able to just make it a little bit more funny, I guess, and also just cut out parts where I'm just really not talking about a lot of things, even though I could just, improve my skills of talking and just talking in a better way without the ams and all these things and words that I'm using, But I could also just be a faster editor. I don't know. I'm trying to see. These episodes today are going to be edited, I guess, tomorrow. I don't know. But yeah, as you can see now on the left side of the screen, the 4 different types of learners, the complete guide plus an infographic from, as you can see right there, Kazia Perysinska, maybe from Poland. I don't fucking know. Could be the case. Just because of the last name. Is this racist? No, I don't think so. Like, it is just an assumption. I'm very sorry if I hurt someone. I really not meant to. But the first part here is only about, just thinking about things and whatever. And there it is, the VARC model. And I'm gonna read, you consume, and you can just lean back wherever you are, especially when you're on a podcast, and listen to this fucking article. It's basically like an audiobook. Maybe not the exact same quality, but it's like a fucking audiobook. Theoretically, potentially, but I don't know. So scientists and psychologists constantly study the human brain and our learning behaviors in order to determine how we learn and what techniques promote efficient learning. Over the years, experts have come up with the VARC model, which identifies the 4 major types of learners. And as I've said before, other websites also show other just kinds of learners, maybe solitary, for example, and social learners and whatever. So of course, I don't know. So these seem to be the major ones, the major types of learners. But as I've just said, like, there's still maybe gonna be just some kind of fucked up and weird types of learners. I really don't want you to think like these are the only ones, because there might be other ones as well. The thing is, as I've said, this website was just the most beautiful one and the nicest one to show you this thing. And yeah, and I also feel like, okay, there is some quality to it. I don't know, like, these websites, they're looking shit, and just because they look shit, I assume at least also the information is shit. Sometimes it is not the case, because, is Wikipedia a nice site? Does it look nice? Because I actually think it looks nice, to be really honest. And also there are some other sites that are not really responsible, and therefore I'm not able to just press them into such a small window as I'm having it on the left side of the screen. Yeah, left side, this is the left side. But yeah, over the years, experts have come up with, I've read that. And the VARC is an acronym that stands for the visual, oral, reading and writing, and kinesthetic or kinesthetic sensory modalities that are used for learning information. Now, I'll briefly describe each learning type and reveal some simple yet powerful techniques, tactics, teaching tactics for presenters and content creators. So it might be also very, very practical for me to learn that. I don't know, could be the case. I assume maybe. On the other hand, I assume no, it doesn't actually care, or it doesn't actually matter. I care, but it doesn't actually maybe that much matter. Visual learning type. Gifted or not, the majority, around 65% of the population, consists of visual learners. In a nutshell, the visual learner appreciates illustrations of all kinds so that she or he can better enjoy, understand and memorize visual content. By the way, just to point it out, I really liked it when I'm having an article and I'm reading something and I'm also trying to do it myself when it is not like he and she, but it is like she and he. It is like a really minor thing and it is really like maybe fucked up and some people might not understand that, but I liked it, I really liked it. I'm kind of also trying to, like feminism as such I think is a good thing. Maybe it is a little bit overdone, to be really honest. And but yeah, I still appreciate that extremely, when people just also be like, okay, talk about bosses but they're talking about a woman, because often it is the case, okay, when people talk about a boss, they think about a man, but it really does not have to be the case. Like the fucking CEO of YouTube is also a woman. Like women do fucking shit, like they are fucking great. Men are also fucking great. Like it's, you know what I mean, I guess. You know what I'm heading towards. But I'm not, I think, this is actually one of the topics that I should not really talk about, and just because it's like religion and it is also like politics. Like these three things, like gender equality shit and politics and what's the third one I said? The third one is religion. Those three things you should be rarely talking about when you're a public person, I guess. And if you're not really, if you're not really willing to just have some, get some criticism or get some, controversies and whatsoever on your channel, it is, I think, really, really dangerous, talking about these things and whatsoever. So yeah, just for the record, visual content includes maps, graphs, charts, diagrams, designs, white space, patterns, shapes, symbols, arrows, circles, highlights, and any other different visuals used to highlight and convey the information. I don't know if I should actually go through all of these things just because I might be able to finish that one and it would be nice. But yeah, so whatever symbols you choose to enhance the critical parts of your content will work much better than chunks of the text itself. For the visual learner, there must always be something more than words to make a real important or impact on memory. Therefore, when you're creating content such as presentations, for this type of learner, be on visually presenting information. There are many strategies to provide a visual audience with a proper environment for enhanced understanding and memorizing. Simply, but this involves any activity that allows them to visualize the subject. Also videos, I'm really deeply thinking about videos. It really depends, like in school, I don't know, like still there are some videos you're just learning a lot from, like they just really make it easy for you to learn stuff. It just depends on the video as well, and it also depends on the style of the video. Like in a nutshell, the YouTube channel, they just really do a great job. It is just amazing what they are doing. Like the whole animations, they're so great. The audio that they're using, so the voiceovers, they're also so fucking great. They also have so great people for that, or such a great person for that, because I think it's actually only one person. It is just amazing, and especially also having everything just duolingual, bilingual. Like I think there is always one video in German and one video in English, which is amazing. Okay, somehow you can understand that just because it's a German-based network, maybe even. Baya. You know what? Baya. Let's go ahead. Visual teaching tactics for presenters and content creators. The first thing is provide your audience with an outline of the subject to be covered during your presentation, as I'm doing every single day. Like today, we're gonna go through whatever or something. The second one is replace chunks of text with graphs and diagrams and present the data transparently and visually. Not doing that. A third one is use opposing colors when you want to emphasize the contrast. Makes sense. The fourth one, use concept maps with key points, circles, boxes and arrows to connect the information. The fifth one, encourage the visual learner to take notes and jot down key facts. Makes also sense. But I guess, this is also one of the things like, okay, there's gonna be a visual learner, but he or she doesn't really like to take notes. We have it in class, those people that really do not want to write down things because they're like, okay, if I'm just listening to what the teacher is saying and just keeping close attention to what he's speaking about and what he's writing on the board, I'm learning way more than just writing the shit down, because it is actually the case sometimes. Like, you're writing something down, you're basically only concentrating on the writing part, without actually just giving a fuck about what you're writing. I don't know if you know that. I know that it is really not the best way to learn things. It really is not. In the end, it is like, okay, you're writing down stuff. Maybe something is so interesting to you that you actually remember it when you're then learning it at home. But yeah, in the end, you're learning it at home with your text and with every way you're using then to learn the stuff. But something that I just really have to spoil here, I guess. I think if you do not know which type of learner you are, or if it is something in between, or if it's maybe unclear to you or whatsoever, then I guess the best way would just be to do everything. Just having visual things, doing it auditory or oral, just by speaking all the things that you're reading, also reading and writing, so just actually doing everything, and I guess it would just really ensure that you learn the stuff. If you're learning for something, even though, like I've been talking about in the last episode, which is actually also the reason why I'm now going through the types of learners here, just because I've been talking about learning stuff and also different types, like osmosis and whatever there is. And I also believe in doing stuff. Like, I really believe that by doing stuff, you're able to just learn quite a lot. But for that, go to the last episode or to the next episode, which is about life lessons. Because I don't know, maybe this one's gonna be the first one just because I fucked it up with the whole uploading thing, or this is gonna be the second one for today. But yeah, I've been talking about this thing in the last one, I think relatively in the end of the episode, somehow, definitely not in the beginning, and maybe somehow in the middle of it. But I don't know. Let's actually go ahead. With the oral or auditory learning type. Everybody has a friend who always remembers the little things that were randomly said at a party. I don't, because I don't have any friends. Perhaps you knew a guy from university who never studied. Instead of hitting the books, he would party all the time, but surprisingly passed all his exams, getting better grades than you did. I think that was unfair. But for him, just his attendance at lectures was enough to absorb the knowledge, which is amazing. Like, I don't know, I think it's not unfair. It's like, okay, they just have, is it great genetics? I don't know, they have just an easy life in school at least. The thing is, only because you're maybe good in school or you're just having an easy time in school and whatsoever, doesn't really mean that you're also having an easy time in life. Because somehow I really don't think that way, and I really think like it's not gonna be the case, even though I would like to have it for those people. I would really like to have it just because, I don't know, Gary's been talking about it relatively recently, I have to say, and like school, and it is still like a scenario, or it really is a scenario, like it's a fiction scenario. Well, it's like, I don't know, it has quite nothing to do with the real world. Still, it depends on what school you're attending and whatsoever. But in the end, it is really not often like real life, It is, especially something that I've been talking about, like me attending a graphic design school where we basically are taught to also do the things that we should then be also doing it, what we also should be then doing when we actually work as a graphic designer. But I don't know, I don't think that school is like real life. That school is like life. I do not want to say real life because it seems like, okay, or it sounds like that we in school are like in I don't know, some VR spaces or some shit like this, because we are not. I would like to drink something because my throat is so extremely dry, but I do not have anything, like nothing there. I don't know, I still think that school is really not like life, like real life, quote unquote. I still really hope for those people that are just really fucking good in school, that they're just, I don't know, that they're also good in life or whatever it is. But it's just always the case that, okay, some people are good at this and some people are good at that. Some people are good at both things, but nobody's actually good at everything. Maybe a little bit good, like not really good, but maybe okay, or like just average or something, but not good, and definitely not super or great or whatever it is. I don't know. I'm not good at everything. I might be good at speaking. I might be good at, I don't know, sports. Sports is something that I have to tell myself, like, I'm a sportsman. Like, I've always liked sports. I will always like and love sports, actually. And I think I'm also going to do some sports today. Actually, maybe I'm gonna drive my bike. But yeah, let's actually go ahead with this one. Here we speak of the auditory learners who will typically remember what teachers say. People who have this specific preference for learning are often seen as the social butterflies. However, they can get easily distracted by classmates and co-workers. Yeah, because they only have one channel, basically, which is the audio channel and the auditive channel. And if this is, somehow disturbed or distorted or whatever it is, then it really gets fucked for this person. I assume, at least, I assume. So as a rule of thumb, auditory learners find it easier to remember what they hear. They concentrate best by receiving information, by listening to themselves or someone else talking, and they repeat the information in their heads. Like, generally speaking, like rule of thumb, as they have already said, but it's going to be a generalization. Scientifically, they can be classified as being in a perceptual mode, with a preference for remembering information that has been spoken or heard. As a result, they will enjoy, understand, and remember knowledge best from lectures, discussions, radio, mobile phone talks, presentations, and by talking things through. For auditory learners, it is also typical to learn things out loud, e.g. by talking to themselves a mirror. I don't know, something that I do myself, and I wouldn't consider myself an auditory learner, even though, like, through podcasts, I've still learned quite a lot of things. The thing in the end is everything is somehow correlated. At least those things that you just remember extremely well are correlated to emotions. Like, I don't know, you probably know the day you had your first kiss, or you just had your first time or some shit like this. I don't know, but you're probably gonna remember it, because there's hopefully some emotions correlated to that, and something that Tony Robbins actually was speaking about. And I think it is actually the case. Like, I believe in that. I really believe in that. Most of the time it's really like, okay, the first kiss and whatever, you definitely remember the day, but you don't remember any fucking shit what you did the next day or the day before. It still depends on how it is correlated to this particular day where the thing happened, whether it be a kiss, whether it be something else. The self-talk serves to help sort things out by vocalizing them. As a result, you can quickly identify them, for instance, by the repetitive questions and pretty obvious questions at times they ask. You should understand that it is often just their way of memorizing things. So, auditory teaching tactics for presenters and content creators. The first thing is play lyric-free classical music in the background of your presentation. What the fuck? Lead focus groups and let your students cross-examine each other aloud on the questions. Prepare recordings so that your audience can listen to your presentations later. This is amazing. That's amazing. That's fucking amazing. Provide conversational content to make sure you include several discussions during your presentation. I really like the third point. Like, it's amazing. Like, especially if some people are ill and some people are not able to attend this certain lesson where you're having your presentation, it is just fucking amazing. I don't know. It is just extremely fucking amazing that, okay, recording this shit at home or actually during the presentation and then handing it to the people. Like, It's a fucking good idea. It's amazing. The fifth one is when presenting, move around the room. This way your audience sitting in the back rows can hear you better. I don't know. The sixth one is vary your presentation approach. Include group work, paired readings, experiments, plays, projects, and in general keep your audience in their social element. Plus, learners with strong auditory preferences will enjoy the following methods: podcasts, webinars, conferences, workshops, one-on-one meetings, spoken summaries of texts, audiobooks, PowerPoint stories with audio narratives, interviews, speeches, debates, lectures and talks, role-playing, reading aloud, and learning buddies. On the other hand, learners whose first preference is different can also benefit from auditory reinforcement of your content. After all learners should be encouraged to discuss their understanding of the ideas. Amazing. So far, I really like this article, because there's just a lot of knowledge and a lot of information I'm getting from that, and I also hope that I'm able to present it to you in a pretty fucking good way. And I also hope that I'm able to do that with the editing a little bit better, to make it a little bit more interesting, a little bit more funny, maybe a little bit more entertaining. I do not know. I at least hope. This is what I'm hoping for. I think this is gonna be it with the episode. The other two groups and the other two learning types we are going through tomorrow. I assume maybe today. Maybe I'm gonna just go through them today because I just feel like recording another episode. Could be the case. But yeah, I wish you the best level of awareness and also success, and also hope that you're going to remind yourself on how you gonna be fucking remembered. And yeah, even though, as I'm always going to say, even though you might be the most generous and the kindest person on this fucking planet, still there's gonna be some people that do not like you. No matter what you're doing, they still don't like you. And yeah, and what is your purpose? Why are you here on this planet, and what are you willing to change? This is the other question you should be thinking about, please. And yeah, thanks a lot for watching. I think it's amazing. This episode's been amazing. The other one as well, so check it out. And yeah, I see you the next time. Thank you very much.